It will not be possible to control a superintelligence. Artificial intelligence calculations suggest the idea of artificial intelligence overthrowing humankind, talked about for decades, and recently scientists delivered their verdict on whether we'd be able to control high level computer superintelligence, and the answer is almost definitely not. The catch is that controlling a superintelligence far beyond human comprehension would require a simulation of that superintelligence which we can analyze. But if we're unable to do that and understand it, it's not possible to create such a simulation. According to Journal of Artificial Intelligence Research, superintelligence cannot be contained. Lessons from Computability Theory by Manuel Alfonso, Manuel Cabrian, Antonio Fernandez Anta, Lorenzo Coviello, Andrei Abeliuk, and Ilad Rahun. And their abstract says superintelligence is a hypothetical agent that possesses intelligence far surpassing that of the brightest and most gifted human minds. In light of recent advances in machine intelligence, a number of scientists, philosophers, and technologists have revived the discussion about the potential catastrophic risks entailed by such an entity. And in the article, they said we trace the origins and development of the neo-fear of superintelligence and some of the major proposals for its containment. We argue that total containment is in principle impossible due to fundamental limits inherent to computing itself. Assuming that a superintelligence will contain a program that includes all the programs that can be executed by a universal Turing machine on input potentially as complex as the state of the world, strict containment requires simulations of such a program, something theoretically and practically impossible. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. They said a superintelligence poses a fundamentally different problem than those typically studied under the banner of robot ethics. This is because of superintelligence, it's multifaceted and therefore potentially capable of mobilizing a diversity of resources in order to achieve objectives that are potentially incomprehensible to humans, let alone controllable. Now, part of the team's reasoning comes from the halting problem put forward by Alan Turing in 1936. The problem centers on knowing whether or not a computer program will reach a conclusion and answer, so it halts or simply loop forever trying to find an answer. The Turing, as Turing proved some smart math, while we can know that for some specific programs, it's logically impossible to find a way that will allow us to know that for every potential program that could ever be written. That brings us back to artificial intelligence, AI, which is a superintelligent state. It could feasibly hold every possible computer program in its memory all at once. Any program written to stop AI harming humans and destroying the world, for example, may reach a conclusion and halt or not. It's mathematically impossible for us to be absolutely sure either way, which means it is not containable. In effect, this makes the containment algorithm unusable. This is what computer scientist Ilad Rahwan from the Max Planck Institute for Human Development in Germany said back in January. The alternative to teaching AI some ethics and telling it not to destroy the world, something which no algorithm can be absolutely certain of doing, the researchers say, is to limit the capabilities of the superintelligence. It could be cut off from its parts of the internet or for certain networks, for example. The recent study rejects this idea as well, suggesting it could limit the reach of artificial intelligence, and the argument goes on to say that if we're not going to use it to solve problems beyond the scope of humans, then why would we create it at all? They're saying the superintelligent machine that controls the world sounds like science fiction. This is what Manuel Cabrian from Max Planck said, but there are already machines that perform certain important tasks independently without programmers fully understanding how they learned it. I mean, even the programmers don't know how the AI computers learned things on their own. The question therefore arises whether this could at some point become uncontrollable and dangerous for humanity. So it's not possible for them to stop AI teaching itself. This is on Science Alert by David Neal and also on Journal of Artificial Intelligence Research by the Max Planck scientists. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support.